Sonic is trending right now. And when I say that, I do not mean this massive technology improvement that they have built. I do not mean all the great things coming up from Sonic Labs on the technology side. I really mean the native coin, the S coin, which is massively seeing interest right now on CoinGecko. If I look on CoinGecko, we see number one in the top trending cryptocurrencies today is Sonic. And we see it pumped 9% today already. So we are sticking around 55 cents right at this moment. And look at this formation here. And I needed to speak about this with you because there is a big breakout happening. And if you're not watching Sonic right now, you could really miss out on a big opportunity. Obviously, nothing in this video is financial advice, but we need to talk about this. And if you are interested more in the technology of Sonic and why it's so superior to the most networks, the only network basically Sui that kind of holds up technology-wise, then I recommend to watch this video. I will also link it in the end of this episode, but I will also link it here up now for you so you can learn all the details why Sonic has such a great overall potential. However, today we speak about the price. And the price is really something that caught my eye this morning when I looked in CoinGecko and I saw Sonic trending. I knew there is something happening, and it really is visible in this chart. You see what is going on, and I will show you this right now. So here in front of me, I have the hourly chart on Binance. It's the biggest crypto exchange in the world, right? And here we definitely see a huge volume spike over the last hour. So we see this morning it started and it really started to pump. After it dumped last night or last noon, it actually saw this significant low here, which was higher than this low. And this is very important. Keep that in mind. I will show you in a bigger scale in a moment what that all means. But we saw this big sell-off, and then we saw Sonic pumping back up until here would have been a suckers rally, right? But then the volume came in and some people, some traders decided to push the price here above the 200 hourly average. And now we are sticking around here at about 55 cents. But let's look in the bigger charts. Let's look at the 4 hours chart. We also see here very significantly this short sell-off, which was immediately bought back above this 200 average line of the 4 hours chart. So it's the last 200 entities of 4 hours basically that are averaged here in this yellow line. And then we saw this big pump that we see right now. We see that here is a certain area where Sonic S has been struggling a bit in the past, so we have to watch this area closely. However, it's not a big struggle area usually, and we also see very nicely the RSI here broke to the upside from this downtrend. More significantly, and this is getting really exciting now if we watch the daily. So on the daily, and you know that Sonic was phantom earlier, so it only started in the beginning of this year on Binance here with the US dollar Theta Bear. I know it started in December when the first block of S was actually created. But this is the short chart that we have at the moment. And many projects do a rebranding, we need to be honest, because they want a fresh chart where it doesn't look like it dumped all the time and it will never reach these highs again and so on. And it was a great choice also for Sonic to do that, to kind of get out of this old phantom era narrative with a lot of problems that in DeFi also happened in the past, right? So a fresh start can be something that helps also to find a new bottom. And here, definitely, this is so significant. If you look at this, like, look how we broke this. This is a daily, so we take the daily closes here and we put this on the top of the daily closes roughly here, right? And then we see that we had one attempt to get through it and we couldn't make it. But here on the 22nd of April, we really broke above this resistance, and we really see that the downtrend was clearly broken. Why? Not because we broke this line. This line is significant, yes, but also because we have here finally a higher low. And here it was still somewhat unclear what will happen next. We could see this now as the beginning of, like, you could have hoped that this was a head and shoulder pattern forming here, but in reality it's much better than that, because we didn't even form the second shoulder down here, but we just went higher than that actually. And we see this low after this massive sellout in February. We see this low here, which was in fact lower than this here. So if you look on a more, I mean, on some exchanges, prices can be a little bit different, right? So if we look on the broader scale, this could be seen as a double bottom, a really, really nice double bottom. But in reality, the low in February was the lower one. So, and then we have this middle one, which was already giving us hope that we can run up from here. But it's better the way it is right now. You know, it's better because these are much further apart, February to beginning of February to beginning of April. So we have 2 whole months of consolidation here with higher prices, people taking profits, going down again. And the most interesting thing is also that these 55 cents is actually a price that we already saw in January. And we have been sticking around this area here between 70 cents, or let's say between $1 and 40 cents. We have been sticking around here all the time ever since Sonic started the chart. And this is very, very nicely an accumulation phase where a lot of weak hands, those who want to sell this coin, sold it to somebody who bought it. And if you bought it down here, you are up, I think, like 35% or 40% if you really bought the lowest point, right? And this is not a significant profit in crypto. This is nothing where a lot of chips are taking off the table yet. So we really need to think that this should be, even for those who bought here, they will keep this and ride this for longer. So many weak hands have given away their ass and sold it to buyers, and those buyers, they just started to hold S. So this is very significant because of the lows here, which is such a strong support now. Every time we fall in this area, it will be bought up, and it was bought up faster this time. It was bought up so fast yesterday, and now we really see this nice juicy green candle here coming up, and I really predict that this will go to $2 rather sooner than later. You know that this dollar here is kind of the next big resistance that we will see. There is one resistance at around 60, somewhat above 60. So we have to test this. But as soon, and this is very important to understand, as soon as we broke below this 60 level, we will test it probably once more, and then we could fly. Then we could really fly, and we will fly to new highs until new highs later, but we will test this level at around $1 next. And from there, it's just a matter of time, because this is such a strong chart. This is probably the strongest chart in crypto you have seen this week. And with this, I want to say thank you, everybody, for watching. Make sure you subscribe and you like this video if you want to spread the good news about S, that everybody knows S is coming and it's really going to pump very soon. All the best, your Arets.